Hello there, my friends. Welcome to the Star Wars Vault. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for new Star Wars content every week. Hey everyone, I hope all is well with you guys, but in case you are needing to sit back and decompress for a moment, let me do my best to entertain you with a new Star Wars fan fiction. Let's get started, shall we? What if Mace Windu was actually a double agent in service to Palpatine? We begin our story a few months before the start of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. After many discussions with senators and other politicians pertaining to the blockage of trade routes, the Jedi Council as a whole begin to grow tired of the Republic's never-ending disputes. Of course, the Jedi Order is and remains subservient to the demands of democracy's representatives. It just would be nice if the Republic would ever resolve their issues after countless incidents that required assistance from the Jedi. On a personal level, Jedi Master Mace Windu has made in his mind productive conversation in recent times with one senator in particular, Senator Palpatine from the planet Naboo. The two have taken a slight interest in each other, with one discussion after another. They seem to hold similar ideals. Not all, of course, but for some reason there just happens to be a level of respect between them. Both believe in peace through strength. Palpatine and Windu are annoyed with the endless charades in the Senate. Master Windu even tells the senator in confidence how he thinks the Jedi Council has slowly become more diluted over time. Eventually, after a meeting between Jedi and prominent senators, Palpatine slips a note into Mace's pocket with coordinates of where to meet him for a private meeting. Windu is surprised that he didn't notice this note slip until after he returned to the Jedi Temple. In his mind, he knew it had to be Palpatine, to which he was willing to meet him in a non-public setting. The coordinates take Master Windu to a secret hangar located in an abandoned tower on Coruscant, not too far from the Senate building. It is here where he meets a cloaked figure who then drops his hood when Windu approaches closer. The figure reveals to be none other than Senator Palpatine. Windu was definitely curious about why Palpatine is here and why he's dressed the way he is. The senator reveals to Master Windu that he too knows the ways of the Force, and is hoping the lone Jedi will entertain what he has to offer. "You are a strong and powerful Jedi, Master Windu. I sense no fear in you. And the fact that you brought yourself here without hesitation only confirms what I've been feeling about you for some time now," Palpatine says. "Senator, if you know the ways of the Force, why haven't you been with the Jedi all this time? Do you see the Jedi as an enemy?" Windu asks. "No. Unfortunately, I see them as too weak to be an enemy, meaning the Order as a whole. Their service has not provided the stability for the Republic as most would hope for. I need to incite true change for the galaxy to have a better future. And I need those who are like-minded to help build a new galaxy. That is why you are here," he answers. Mace feels somewhat conflicted hearing this. Before he can ask another question, Palpatine begins to speak once again. "I know you have been taught your whole life to follow the Jedi Code, but have you ever wondered how powerful you could be using the dark side? I recall you telling me about Vaapad and how you channel your inner darkness into a weapon of the light. But just imagine if you used the dark side as it was intended to be. You would be virtually unstoppable." Mace ponders his thoughts for a moment, then replies, "I've struggled my whole life to not give in to my darkness. I created Vaapad to correct my own weakness. I feel it would not be right for me to use the dark side as the Sith did. I do not wish to kill or destroy. My conscience only wants peace." "And peace we will have, Master Jedi," Palpatine answers. "You see, my friend, I only want you to realize your full potential. You are so strong in the Force. Everything about your personality is strong. When you are forced to fight, you show no mercy. You and I, we have the same goals. The Jedi Order and the Republic are too caught up in nonsense. No action. No deliberation. If you and I work together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Don't think I didn't know how you view yourself as the famous Chosen One prophecy, Master Windu, and to your credit, I see why you would believe that." Mace is astounded by how well the senator can read him. he realizes just how intellectual Palpatine is, and how genuine his offer seems to be. While he still has some reservations, Mace asks him what a partnership looks like. Palpatine answers, "We must not let the Jedi know about any of this, especially if they found out that I know the ways of the Force. They would see us as a threat, and most likely would expel you from the Order. You must continue doing what you've always done on the surface. Be the powerful Jedi Council member that you are, and the two of us will build our allegiance in the shadows. I wish it didn't have to be this way either, but the Republic is too fearful, no longer strong enough to handle the truth. I will teach you the nature of the dark side, and you will become a better, more knowledgeable Jedi as a result." Mace nods and leaves the tower to return home. After months of partnership between Palpatine and Windu, the Jedi Master has become more well-versed in the dark side of the Force. His abilities have grown, and yet he remains in the light most of the time still. Palpatine has revealed to him that he wishes to unseat Chancellor Valorum very soon, to which Windu assists by commanding 2 Jedi to handle trade disputes on Naboo. Very quickly, the Trade Federation uses violence to start a secret invasion of Naboo, causing deaths of civilians with an army of battle droids. The 2 Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn, flee from the planet and are forced to stop on Tatooine in the Outer Rim to acquire new ship parts. They return with a slave boy named Anakin Skywalker, someone who Qui-Gon senses is very strong with the Force. When Qui-Gon brings the child to the Jedi Council claiming that Anakin is the chosen one, Master Windu opposes the training of the boy passionately. Mace talks to Palpatine afterwards about Anakin, to which the secret Sith enlightens Windu that the boy would be a great asset. Mace knows the rest of the Jedi Council doesn't want Anakin trained, and therefore assumes that he will not become a Jedi based on that fact. Things take a quick turn after the Battle of Naboo, however. Darth Sidious's rogue assassin Darth Maul kills Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Maul then forces Queen Amidala to sign a treaty that basically gives the Trade Federation occupation of Naboo. Anakin is rescued from Darth Maul's vicinity after destroying the control ship that launched the invasion on the planet. It was none other than Mace Windu who escorted young Skywalker back to Coruscant. Palpatine himself gave the tip to Windu, citing how Anakin must be trained on surface by the Jedi Order. This way, the Jedi would never worry about Anakin being trained by a powerful dark side user and therefore perceive him as a threat. Palpatine on surface has just won the election and is inaugurated as Chancellor of the Republic. In the shadows, he kills his Sith Master Darth Plagueis as he begins his next chapter for galactic domination. Palpatine asks Mace Windu to train Anakin himself, as the Jedi Council would have no problem with Windu's request, given his position and rank. This way, Mace can teach the way of the Jedi during the day, and then teach Anakin the dark side at night. Although initially unimpressed, Mace over time starts to care for the boy as he trains him as his apprentice. Anakin looks to him as his father, something he never truly had. While the Trade Federation was victorious in its efforts to get Padme to sign their treaty, the new Chancellor uses his power to retrieve his home planet back for the Republic, as a campaign promise he made sure to keep. The sympathy he gathered during the invasion certainly persuaded the Senate to vote for him, and therefore he looked to gain their trust as their new leader. This whole political scheme created by Darth Sidious was for the purpose of destabilizing the Republic in order to get him into the highest seat of office in the galaxy. Newt Gunray and the other Trade Federation leaders are nothing but pawns, they just don't know it. Palpatine works over the next several years on bringing Count Dooku and the Trade Federation together to form a strong alliance to oppose the Republic. Dooku is motivated after the Jedi allowed his former apprentice to get killed due to the stagnant nature of the Order. He is unaware that Sidious is still training Darth Maul, who grows stronger as he kills more and more Jedi. One by one, he picks them apart when they are alone on a mission. No traces to be found. The Jedi Order is so clouded that they can't sense their own being killed by the Sith, let alone that one of their leaders is working for the other side. Eventually, the Separatist crisis occurs, when thousands of systems secede from the Galactic Republic. Sidious tells Mace that Count Dooku had placed an order on Kamino for millions of clones to serve as an army for the Republic. He informs the Jedi Master that Dooku will act as the figurehead of the Separatist movement, which will effectively begin a war within the Republic, a war that was destined for many years. Windu agrees that the current system must be completely shattered if they are to create a new system based on peace, strength, and justice. Masters Yoda and Mace Windu lead the clones to fight the droid armies after several invasions by the Separatists on key planetary systems. The Clone Wars has begun. Anakin, now fully grown up, has become highly skilled and balanced in the Force. His master had taught him how to meditate in both the light and the dark. He is more in control as a warrior than almost any other Jedi. Mace grants him the rank of Jedi Knight shortly after the war started, noting they need a general to lead with his capabilities. Little does Master Yoda know that the Sith has infiltrated the Jedi Order completely, not to mention Sidious is using Yoda's old Padawan as the leader of the opposition. Each day the Grandmaster remains unaware, his power dwindles. Almost 4 years later, Palpatine begins to set his sights on the end goal. He draws up a plot where he has Dooku capture the Chancellor, to which Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker have to come rescue him. They find him on the Invisible Hand and begin their lightsaber duel with Count Dooku. Dooku and Mace are both in on the plan, as Windu sells a force throw by Dooku and plays as if he was knocked unconscious. Anakin fights Lord Tyrannus one-on-one, with the former Jedi goading Skywalker into using the dark side. Anakin calls his bluff and disarms Dooku after overwhelming him with his physical strength. Once Anakin has Dooku as his prisoner, his master wakes up to tell him we are all on the same side. This confuses Anakin, who starts to ask several questions. Palpatine and Mace explain that they've been working together all this time to bring the Jedi Order to its knees, as well as the Republic. The galaxy is too weak and pathetic to have the current power structures in place. After some time, Anakin finally obliges with the Sith. The trust he has in his Jedi Master, as well as his close friend Palpatine, leaves him no other choice. He was practically raised by these two men. Over the next few days, democracy begins to fall as this 5-man power team is too much for the Jedi. Mace and Anakin work for the Jedi on Surface, while Dooku is held prisoner on Coruscant. Darth Maul has been revealed over the last few months when surviving Jedi spotted him on the battlefield. He continues to work for Sidious and is never able to be captured by the Jedi. So many chess pieces for Palpatine to play with, he's almost surprised at how easy it has become to manipulate the whole galaxy. After Yoda destroys General Grievous on Utapau, the whole Jedi Council confronts Palpatine, telling him he is under arrest. The Chancellor reveals himself as Darth Sidious and jumps towards the group. What the Council didn't plan on was their most powerful ally turning on them in this moment, Mace Windu. He helps Sidious slaughter all of his Jedi acquaintances, Saesee Tin, Agen Kolar, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and several others. They were no match for the power of the dark side. The two call in Anakin to give him a very important task. He will team up with Darth Maul, and the two will lead Anakin's clone division to march on the Jedi Temple. Mace and Palpatine tell Anakin when the Jedi are all killed, he must challenge Maul to a duel and kill him. Anakin nods as he goes to meet the Sith assassin. Palpatine commences Order 66, as he and Mace head to the Senate to foil the plot of the Jedi overthrowing the Republic. Palpatine gains support from the Senators and quickly reorganizes the Republic into a new galactic empire. All of the constitutional amendments gave the Chancellor this power already. This was simply a formality. Anakin Skywalker and Darth Maul effectively wipe out the Jedi Temple, leaving no survivors. The team of these two powerful young Force users fueled by the dark side was in fact too great for the Jedi to survive. Anakin challenges Maul to a duel to the death, stating its orders from Sidious. Darth Maul appreciates Anakin's honesty and unwillingness to stab him in the back, as the two prodigies begin an epic lightsaber fight. Both have amazing quickness and agility. Anakin is much taller and physically stronger, which Maul recognizes as a major problem. After growing frustrated from failing to break Skywalker's defenses, Darth Maul becomes more aggressive out of desperation. Unfortunately for him, this gives Anakin the opening to slash Maul across his chest, hitting his heart. The Sith apprentice dies at the feet of Anakin, who was trained with both the light and the dark side. He had complete patience and balance, while Maul only knew the dark side. He couldn't beat the Chosen One, especially when he was the more mature fighter. Darth Sidious travels to Count Dooku's cell alone. After telling Dooku what has transpired, the Count asks, "My lord, I suppose you will free me now as we begin our new rule?" To which Sidious answers, "Oh yes, Lord Tyrannus, I will now set you free." The Dark Lord then aggressively force chokes Count Dooku against the wall in his cell. Sidious starts to shoot force lightning at him while still maintaining his harsh force choke. After a couple minutes of pure agony, Dooku can no longer breathe and falls to the hard floor. The Count is now dead. As the Emperor heads back to his office, he senses Master Yoda is near. Windu and Palpatine discuss how the Grandmaster should not have a chance if they work together. Yoda arrives after surviving Order 66. He sees Master Windu with Sidious and says, "The dark side I sense in you, Master Windu. How could you? Why?" "I'm sorry, Yoda, I am. But the Jedi grew too weak. You know it, don't you? It took you all this time for you to discover the truth when it finally sits directly in front of you. That kind of unawareness is exactly why the Jedi are no longer around. You are the last, my master. It is time for you to die," Windu states as he and Sidious ignite their lightsabers. Yoda, visibly heartbroken, ignites his green saber as he replies, "If die I must, die while fighting the dark side, I shall." Mace and Palpatine engage Yoda in a vicious fight all around the Chancellor's office. Although a valiant effort on Yoda's part, he is ultimately struck down by Sidious after Mace corners him. The Sith Lord stabbed Yoda directly in the heart. This two-man power trip was unstoppable even for Yoda. The Grand Master is now dead, along with the rest of the Jedi. Anakin returns to the office chambers after completing his mission. Palpatine and Mace both show a smile when they see Anakin. After Maul and Dooku were killed, no other threats can oppose these three men. Palpatine knew Mace was the most powerful Jedi he had met. The right choice was to seduce and corrupt him. Not to mention, his student was eventually going to become more powerful than either of them. In Palpatine's mind, the present is locked up, and so is the future, thanks to this indestructible group. He starts to chop it up a little with Anakin and Mace, throwing jokes around as he says, "The ancient Sith got it all wrong, huh? Rule of 2? I think I prefer the rule of 3. Ha ha ha." Sidious continuously cackles until Windu responds, "Actually, Palpatine, maybe the rule of 2 was right after all." "What do you mean?" "Forgive me, Mace, but I'm kinda confused here," Sidious says. Mace gives a look to Anakin, who in turn winks back at his master. The two begin to force crush Palpatine's neck. This wasn't a mere force choking. The two Jedi literally worked together to push each side of the Dark Lord's neck toward each other. The pressure was enough to pop Palpatine's head off of his body, easily killing the Emperor. "And now you're dead," Windu states. The former Jedi Master informs the Senate that Master Yoda killed the Emperor. Unfortunately, Mace was able to get justice for Palpatine's death, as now the Jedi have been thoroughly defeated. Mace Windu takes the throne as the new Emperor of the galaxy. At his right hand stands a man who he looks at as his son, the young and powerful Anakin Skywalker. The two former Jedi rule the new galactic empire with an iron fist. Mace turns to Anakin and says, "I'm glad you trusted me. Palpatine was certainly useful in all of this, but somewhere along the way I realized he would destroy us when he had the chance. And while he was incredibly brilliant, I believe he was too evil to rule. Us, however, we can control our selfish urges. We can bring true peace and justice through order. We are the strongest individuals to ever exist, I believe. We, Anakin, are the chosen ones." Anakin replies, "Yes, my master. We will bring peace, freedom, justice, and security to our new empire." And that is what would happen if Mace Windu acted as double agent for Palpatine. I had quite the time making this fan fiction, and I hope it was a fun watch for you guys. I am curious to see what you all think about it. Did you enjoy how I wrote this storyline? What were your favorite moments? What would you have done differently? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Also, be sure to force push the like button if you enjoyed the video. It really helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. I'll be back real soon with yet another fanfiction for you to watch, so until then, my friends, may the Force be with you.